I really want to touch some titties, dog. And don't worry, I'm not just saying that to be a perv. I'm saying that because it relates to the video topic. The video topic being, well, Chainsaw Man. Now, what I can do with this, video idea is explain why Chainsaw Man is so fucking good. But I'm not gonna do that. In fact, I'm not gonna do much in this video. What I'm gonna be doing is ranking every arc from my least favorite to my absolute favorite. And yeah, I know that's kind of basic, but at the end of the day, there's so many other video ideas for Chainsaw Man that would be way too complicated for my, average 6 to 10 minute video timing. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Two things I have to get out the way first. For one, I will not be covering part 2 at all because it is not finished and I do not feel like it would be right to judge it just yet. And secondly, of course, heavy spoiler warning. This will be going way past the current arc of the anime. So yeah, enjoy.
Oh wow, Oreo Crunch, you're putting the first arc at the bottom of the list? So creative, like honestly, wow.
Yes, I am, because the whole purpose of this arc, to me at least, was just to set up the main 4 most important characters of this entire series. Denji, Aki, Makima, and Power. Denji being the main protagonist, and of course the Chainsaw Man is of course the most important one here. While Makima, Power, and Aki all become into importance with their own arcs and their own explanations of their backstories. Well, Makima doesn't really have one, but we'll get into that when we get into that. Look, the main reason I put this arc so low on the list is just because it's a setup arc. It's like any other introduction arc in any other shonen or really any other story. It was made to introduce the main characters and introduce the main power system, that being devils. And if you don't know, devils are basically the manifestation of humanity's fear of a certain devil's name. So let's use Makima's explanation of what devils are as an example. If there was a coffee devil, it would be weak because of humanity's lack of fear of coffee. But if there's a car devil, it would be relatively strong because of humanity's fear of things like car crashes and dying in a, fire car crash or whatever the fuck. The best moment from this arc was arguably the zombie devil fight. I think that it was a really cool introductory fight, and I feel like it really set up Denji's character as Chainsaw Man very, very, very well. But yeah, no, this arc was mid as shit. 7 out of 10. Let's move on to the next arc. Now, I swear, I'm not just saying the first arcs of Chainsaw Man are bad just because they're the first arcs. I'm just saying, compared to the future arcs of Chainsaw Man, they're definitely not as good. I'm not saying they're bad, I'm just saying they have such high expectations to live up to that it's just bound that they're gonna be at the bottom of the list. But overall, this arc does do a few things better. I feel like the main devil of this arc is way more cool and more interesting than the main devil of the last arc. By the way, the fight that Denji and the Bat Devil have is easily a top 5 fight in all of Chainsaw Man. Don't even at me. Denji gets fucking blasted through a building and is still fighting. Not even to mention, like, the nigga tears his guts out with his fucking chainsaws. That's raw as fuck if you ask me. And we're not even talking about the other cool shit that we've seen. Like Kon being summoned for the first time. By the way, I had no idea Kon was a girl. And I hope I'm not the only one that didn't know that. We see my nigga Arai, we see EDP, we see Kobini, man, we got the whole gang popping up for this arc, man. We even get the first and last appearance of the sloppy blowjob devil, the leech devil. But now you might be asking yourself, Oreo, since you like the arc so much, why is it so low on the list? Well, as I stated before, even talking about this arc, it's good, but not as good as other arcs in Chainsaw Man. Like, this arc was basically just boiling the water, getting ready for the pasta to get put in the pot, if you catch my drift. And the pasta in this case is peak. I'm not gonna lie, the best moment of this arc was easily either Denji's fight with the Bat Devil, of course, or Power's backstory, just because of how emotionally charged and just sweet it is to see her relationship with Meowie. But yeah, most definitely this arc is at least a 7.5 out of 10. A step up, but not a giant leap up, if you catch my drift. Now moving on to the next arc. Look, I know how it looks and I understand what you might be thinking. This guy's lying. He's fibbing. This is the third arc and the third to last spot on the list. What the fuck? This guy's duping me. Unsubscribe. And to that, I have one word. Kobini. She is just so likable, especially her dynamic with Power and especially her dynamic with Arai. Now, should I spoil this for the Bango arc? Before we meet Galgali, Arai was the first. He was so cool. Arai walked so Galgali could kick. If I can give credit to this arc at all, it's just that it's the funniest arc in Chainsaw Man, period. Like, we have Aki offering Denji and Power Gum just so they can shut the fuck up and do their fucking job. We have Kobeni and Power going, word for word, bar for bar. Not to mention in the dub, that Kobeni, I know where you are scene or whatever the fuck. And not to mention, shit, the bar scene was type chill until she struck. Now, before I say anything talking about her character, let me get this straight. In some aspects, I do like Himeno. I think it's very interesting how her brother-sister dynamic with Aki works out and where that leads to in the next arc in the series, the Katana Man arc. But when she's first introduced into the series, she used to be on some R. Kelly timing, you feel me? Like, this arc could have been way, way, way different if this whole kissing scene didn't work out. And we still could have had, like, a kissing moment. Just not a kiss directly on the lips, and especially not with fucking vomit, bro. Like, Himeno can still kiss Denji, just not on the lips. Maybe on the cheek, maybe on the forehead, maybe some sort of other physical contact. Like, I don't fucking know. But even after they leave the bar and we see Denji in Himeno's home, the only kind of emotion I felt was like, what the fuck? That's basically the only words I can sum it up. So really, aside from that, I guess I'll give this arc the same rating I give the Bat Devil arc. Just the only reason that it's higher is just because of how funny the characters are. Moving on to the last arc of this video. Also, just an intermission, if you've been watching this video straight for the past 7 minutes, first of all, I love you and I appreciate you. But secondly, you're probably not subscribed or you haven't liked the video, which I'd appreciate if you did both. And I'm not trying to be one of those money grubbing YouTubers, but hey, a nigga gotta eat. Secondly, of course, let's review my list. At number 8, we have the intro arc, mainly because it's the building blocks of the rest of the arcs. Number 7, we got the Bat Devil arc, just because of how purely epic it was. At number 6, we got the Eternity Devil arc, because it's just funny. Alright, moving on to the last arc of this list. And the last and final arc of this video will not only be my most controversial opinion on this channel, but probably in my entire lifetime, is... I'm sorry, but it's International Assassins. Now, before the Juan Lee fans come and absolutely wreck my anus with negative comments, I just want to say something off the bat. I definitely like this arc. And this is not a situation like the Eternity Devil arc where it's like, yeah, it's good, but pedophilia. This is a situation in where, yeah, it's good, but the other arcs are just more appealing to me as a reader. I mean, there's virtually nothing wrong with this arc. Everybody is played so well. The fights are fantastic. The comedy is almost as good as the Eternity Devils. It's all so good. From Juan Lee being portrayed as this person that knows too much but not enough to get them in trouble and wants to stop at the knowledge that they already know, from Power being, well, fucking Power, to even somebody with basically no personality like the Darkness Devil being just so damn cool that I have to like them. The main villain of this arc is also very, very interesting because this is the point in Chainsaw Man where we start to stray from conventional shonen battling and start to get into character depth such as Makima. Like, what's really her goal, especially with Denji? Ever since the Katana Man arc when she got shot in the train and somehow came back to life, we've always noticed something off about her, or at least I did. And her whole character comes to a great conclusion in the next 2 arcs, but we have to focus on this arc, unfortunately, in this video. There are also a few really good positives of this arc, such as Xuan Li being an openly lesbian woman, not only with 1, 2, 3, 4, but I think exactly 4 girlfriends at her side at all times. The most interesting of these girlfriends to me is the Cosmos Fiend, with her being so powerful, but not like a direct, shonen punching powerful, just like a mentally will fuck you up powerful, you know what I'm saying? Also, let's talk about my son Yoshida, the light-skinned king. He's out here doing his shit with the Octopus Devil. I really do fuck with him, and I really cannot wait to see more of him in Chainsaw Man Part 2. Like, everybody here, aside from them, is at their finest too. Power and Corbini are even funnier. Aki and Angel Devil are even closer together. They're gay, by the way. Denji is going through this fucking sad boy arc with him, quote-unquote, not having a heart, even though technically I'd say he doesn't. He's right on that part, but that's besides the point. That's a whole nother video. But this all changes once those 3 kids mentioned earlier are sacrificed. That big-ass hand emerges from the sky, squashes the building that basically everybody else is in besides Kishibe and Yoshida, and everybody in there is sent to hell. Hell in Chainsaw Man is different from hell in other depictions of fiction, you know, such as Doom, where there's not really any hellfire or any damned souls. It's more of like a room, a pocket dimension, if you will. It's a grassy field with millions of doors flying across the ceiling, but then one door opens. And once that door opens, everything changes. We then meet one of the primal fears of humanity, the Darkness Devil. And what he does to everybody in this, you know, arc so far is fucking crazy. In layman's terms, basically half of the people there die. Beam dies, Galgali dies, Pritz dies. Basically everybody there is fucking dead besides, you know, the main people we've been with for the last 6 arcs. The most interesting thing in this arc, however, is I feel that when the doll that the doll devil made comes to talk with the Darkness Devil, instead of acting some shit like, let's go kill Denji, or give him the power to kill Denji, he asks for the power to kill Makima, a character that, though is very mysterious, hasn't really made that big of an impact on the story, besides, you know, grow up in a minor. But then they all get sent back to Earth, and it's kind of like a weird feeling of, well, what the fuck just happened? And you begin to ask yourself so many questions, you know? What the fuck is a primal fear? Is the Darkness Devil the strongest primal fear? Is it the weakest? How the fuck will this affect LeBron James' legacy? I just gotta know. These are, of course, questions that do get answered later on, but unfortunately, since that's the end of the arc, that's all I can cover. But the two biggest questions being brought up during this arc is, 1, why is everybody trying to kill Makima all of a sudden? And 2, why is everybody after Denji's heart? Now yet again, do not get it twisted in the slightest. I love this arc, I really do. I love every Chainsaw Man arc, but this arc in particular, I feel like does less for me, kinda. You know what I mean? I feel like it's kind of like more stepping stones to the next 2 arcs, like kind of like how the intro arc was for the first few arcs. It has its strengths and it has its weaknesses, but overall, I'd give this arc a 9 out of 10. It does its job perfectly. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, this video took so much out of me to make, and it's not even funny. After editing this whole video, I can confidently say that this is probably my favorite video I've made so far in my entire YouTube history. I have nothing else to say, but in the next 2 weeks, I will have a new video covering the rest of the arcs that I did not cover in this video, and that mainly, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for more. Remember to subscribe and all that cringy YouTuber shit. I gotta go take a nap. I am fucking exhausted.